is your attention and your love for Nu Skin tonight. Because tonight we are getting ready to launch our incredible training of speakers and trainers and the future leaders of the new champion team and organization. As we kick off, we're getting ready to hit that middle of the next year, and we're getting ready to wrap up this year strong. The only way we can wrap it up strong is by having strong leaders. Tonight we have a lot of great um, opportunity for you guys to learn. Make sure you guys have your notebook ready. A lot of good information. Very interactive tonight. Make sure you guys get the rest of your team members on because tonight training is going to be definitely one not to miss. As we started out, one thing I could share with you guys, uh, you know, being a presenter and a speaker is probably one of the greatest joy you can actually have. Many of us, I've learned in this business, we don't come in here to be presenters or speakers or salesperson. But one thing I've learned is what you learn along the way and how you're able to share that information back. There's an art to it, right? I can assure you, if anyone were to say, you know, in my future when I was at 19 years old that I had the opportunity to speak in front of a large audience, in front of 3,000 people, or be in front of a stage, I would probably consider them crazy and I would say that they are no fortune teller. But yet, as my business grew, as my confidence grew, as I take little steps to learn, improve, and started with just simple one-on-ones. Well, actually, it started with three-way calls. Through the three-way calls, I was listening, and through those three-way calls, I was able to have the confidence to start doing my one-on-one, doing one-on-one presentation. Next thing I know, I'm having two-on-one. From those two-on-one, I ended up three-on-one, and next thing I know, I'm doing a living room of me and of many. And the next thing I know, I'm in front of the stage, in front of the OTG leadership team. And that's how life works, guys. Just like in this business, you don't come in here to think of team elite. Somehow you work your way to that team elite status, like anything else out there. There is work to be put into. There's learning that's going to take some time to adjust to. But one thing I've learned is that nobody is ever born a speaker. We can always learn to become one. No one's ever born a leader. We can always learn, and in the process of what makes this business and this opportunity so great is a learning process. So tonight, it'll be interactive. It'll give you guys, those who interact, those who participate, right? We have a wonderful helper um, that's going to take your name for every time you participate, and we're going to have raffles. Those who participate will have your name down for a raffle for prizes that our incredible Team Elites has put forth for us, that's be given out tonight. So participate. So be part of the program tonight. Not just about learning, it's about overcoming little milestones, right? And that's why we're here, for you to overcome these little milestones by participating. We're rewarding you, right? For every activities, you should get a reward for that, right? Whether you learn something, whether you earn something, or whether you made something out of that. That's the key tonight. We have a couple of incredible presenters that's going to help facilitate and also train tonight. And we have our number one trainers out there. Now, guys, I know you guys probably hear me edify her so many times about her greatness in leadership, her greatness in building teams, her greatness in building success, and her greatness in building, being a great mentor. But tonight, I know I'm going to put her on the spot, and I'm going to be fair and frank and honest. With all the edification that I give to this leader, there's also other edification I want to edify her about. As big of a speaker, speaking in front of a crowd of over 20,000 people. Prior to that, she was probably, I'm sorry, Terry, but she's probably the shyest out of amongst our family members. The middle child, she always say, and some of you guys are probably do not believe what I've shared with you today. Julie's giving a heart, right? Julie probably know her just as much as I do after the many years working with her, but I literally grew up with her. And the incredible leader you see before you today, the individual who have been on Success Magazine, who have traveled the who have built leaders in dynasty and who started from the bottom and reached the top many time around wasn't always that fearless leader that I grew up with. Believe it or not, she might probably take away my commission statement after this truth. But she was an ordinary individual I grew up with, just an ordinary gal, right? Okay, and she herself was struggling, to become a voice, to find her voice. Growing up with her, I know, in a family argument, these are some truth that might shouldn't go out, but I'm going to share because I want to give you guys that are on this call. If some of you guys might think, oh, this is not for me. I'm not a presenter. I can never speak. I'm here to speak the truth, and the truth sometimes will set us free. And the truth is, she wasn't always that tough, confident leader of leaders. Terry Two. I grew up with the Terry Two who was, I recall, the timid one. The shy one, the one that I knew that if I were to get into an argument with, I would win. Right? I knew the Terry Two that if ever we were ever to be in a conflict, all right, growing up, you see, not the Terry Two today, all right. I don't think I win her in anything today, but growing up, I remember, being the second to the youngest, I know who I can probably get away with things, and that'd probably be Terry. She doesn't speak out much growing up. I remember she was, she definitely was the one that's in the library corner reading her books, right? Wasn't really interactive with many people. But how does someone that has been, has been what I would consider, an introvert become so extroverted and become so confident? And through my years of working with her and following her footstep and watching her rise and reading many books and self-help, and I have attended many events with her in development of yourself, and spent thousands of dollars investing in her growth as an individual. Today, get to share with you guys the principle of being a speaker, of being a presenter, and really, um, I take that this is probably one of the biggest milestone you can probably make in your business is the day when you can speak, present, and share your idea, share your visions, and share your testimony to the word, to a person, and be able to convey a message and allow them to believe in that message and move them in ways where where the difference really matter. So with that being said, today, guys, I'm excited to really start off our our official train the trainer evening. There's going to be many train the trainer events that we're going to have. Today is going to be the first kickoff. So, we're going to kick off with the basic, but I'm excited to bring up Terry too, our fearless leader, our 4-star, soon to be, 5-star, platinum team elite, our circles of excellence. They're reaching on the 10th circle of excellence, Norris the children ambassador. One person who I know had the biggest heart in the word and have conquered, journeys and dreams that many of us on this call tonight are hoping to achieve. And tonight, we're going to teach you those fundamental, the first basic step that's really going to take your business to the next level. So as we move forward, understand that those that are on this call, those that are committed to being the presenters, the MCs, the next wave of leaders that we get to put up in the front page and put up on the stage and be that light, right, of our new champion organization. It is going to be a great honor. So it is also a greatest honor to bring up Terry too. So guys, let's send her some heart, and let's kick this off to a whole new start, and let's get ready to rock the rest of this year. Terry too, are you on? Let's give her a heart.
Been around the world, same song. Work hard, play harder all day long. All the continents get jealous over me. You can see me 3D overseas. If you know me, then you know.
Thank you. Hola, ¿cómo está? Xin chào anh em Talofa, I see Valua, Talofa, Lynn, anh em, Mercy, hola. We have Spanish, we have Vietnamese, we have Micronesians and hola Clara. Oh my God. And, I feel like it seemed like more a week, right? A week, but I feel like we haven't seen each other for a month. That's how much I feel. I miss you guys, and a lot of moving part, with the, if some of you follow my my Facebook message, and you see that I mean attending four different performance for my four boys year-end performance, and then graduation, and I mean it was like a lot of activity, and I know all of you too. And then I was ready. I was like, I am ready on Monday, and then I'm like, as busy as I was, I totally forgot it was Memorial Day yesterday. And so I'm never in my career. Thank you, K2, and all of you. You're still hopping on today because I've never moved three. Julie, known that for the last 9 years, 7, 9 years that she worked with us, we have never moved a Zoom 3 times like this. And so thank you, Julie. And but we got our OTG Vietnamese team is they I mean many of our leader travel, and so we were scheduled to be speaking as well, and I'm like I can't even like hopping on English Zoom, so I can't speak on the Vietnamese Zoom. And uh team, I feel like I've never felt like I miss you guys so long. But yesterday, I hope that all of you do have a great Memorial Day weekend. All my boys are home, but they're off summer already, and I know in California your kids still in school. All my boys this morning, you wouldn't believe it, but this morning I told Ben, we have an event that Ben have to leave, with our helper, and I'm like, it's been a long time that I'm home with four of my boys with no helper, but feeding four boys breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Ben just came in right on the nick at 30 minutes before I hop on. And I'm like, please, Lord, I'm not, I cannot move the Zoom anymore. And I already break record. And so I call Ben like, you need to get back in. I need like, I need time to make sure we deliver the information for the team, and being on the Zoom with all of you today. Yesterday, to me, I don't go to the army, but I know that U.S. is a country. If you're right now in the U.S., you should put hearts and stuff that this is the country, the country people fight to allow us to live in. To me personally, is the greatest country in the world, that we have freedom. And I love the word that this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? The land of the free and the home of the brave. And I hope each and every one of you feel in your heart that you have to be brave enough to really, and these individuals many sacrifice their life to build this great country. And we are the beneficial. If you are, I know Valua is in Samoa, and but if many of you are here in the US, and knowing that it was built on blood and sacrifice from many. And yesterday was a day to remember, and we can, we don't have to being the one fighting on the battlefield, but to know that we live in a country that we can appreciate, and we can be grateful for the sacrifice of others. And we don't waste it. We don't waste the opportunity that given to us, the to able to be in this country. And I challenge each and every one of you. Yesterday, my message on Facebook is I challenge you to be brave, to step up, to overcome whatever that you need to overcome, um to live, free in this free country. I heard Claire's story, why she came to this great country and for a better future, right? Many came to US for a better future. And I truly believe that if our life is not where we need it to be, then yeah. I remember when I went to a Catholic church with my husband, and there's a saying they repeat over and over. Um, it is my fault, it is my fault, it is my fault. Lỗi tại tôi, lỗi tại tôi. They repeat that a lot, and so uh, I truly believe, if we live in the greatest country, that, and we're not free, then lỗi tại tôi, it is my fault, it is my fault. Okay. And so I do hope that all of you have a great event yesterday, with your family, with your loved one. Okay. And so I think with the relaxing yesterday, yeah. So Ben, something came up. He and Barja have to leave, and so today I literally overwork and underpaid, but I love it with my four boys. Again, committing to do the hard part, committing to sacrifice, committing to do the uncomfortable things. And today, we will have some of you do some uncomfortable things as you role play, to really live the life that you want to live. And K2 story, K and I were like yin and yang. Okay, I mean, he's the talkative one. I mean, but we both raised by the same parent. Okay, but K and I are like yin and yang. He is the talkative one, I'm the shy and timid one. Okay, but we share the same, background, why we want to, excel. And I hope each and every one of you learning this basic of, because I've learned, they say those in front of the room the most or in front of the Zoom now make the most amount of money, right? So you have to write down, saying that I'm committed, those, like Terry say, those in front of the Zoom or in front of the room, the most make the most amount of money. And I heard that years ago. And that it scares me because I didn't think I'd ever want to speak. I mean, I'm comfortable in my, and how many of you can type it in there? I hope you type, because today it's interactive and I want to hear your comment, okay? Um, that you were shy like I am. I would never, that's why I never cared for business growing up. Yeah, you see K2, he wasn't shy, but he has his mouth, his hand in his mouth. Look at that. Like, I'm scared. No, he's not scared. Just so a little bit, K2 just share things that he never shared about me. Let me share something about K2. Okay. This is K2 right here. Okay. This is me. And, uh, you know, everybody came. They're always like, "Hey, where's that boy? Where's that boy that won 10 wife? Bring him out." And so he would be the entertainer. Everybody would come and
No,
and
you
they
didn't
would,
say
like, my mom would
that.
bring him out and he would sit there and yeah, like, yeah, I would want one wife to cook for me, one wife to
It's
clean
not
me.
yapping. It's
Like
called telling story.
no,
I'll share my
but he
future.
already tell his story when he was like a toddler. He talked, and so Nathan Rick, our mentor, like say K2, you have the gift of gab. Guy, just so you know what that was, a gift gab. He loved to talk, right? But see, you might think K2 is automatically going to be successful in this business. No, or someone like me who don't want to talk. I literally like what K2 say. But that's a little bit background, so K2 loved to talk since he was a toddler, and he's an entertainer, and that's why if through my journey, in network marketing, I thank God that I have K2 because he is an amazing, MC, master of ceremony, not only on Zoom, but when we do live BB, he can able to, light up the room and gravitate and have people, excited, right? And I can't do MC, right? If I have to, I mean, in April, some of you saw me MC the whole event for April for the team. That's the first time in my 30 years to able to do that, right? But K2 had to do the audio. If not, he'd be the MC for me at that event. But I want you guys type it in here that how many of you want to make a lot of money, right? But that it's not just money, it's what you do with money, right? And you guys, will have a chance to tell your story, right? But how many of you want to be really successful in network marketing, especially with new skin, right? I want to see you can type in there, team. It's going to be a little bit interactive today, okay? Because today the first thing I want you to put in is like no excuse. No excuse. If Terry 2 can do it, K2, I know he had that ability, right? But if Terry 2 never, but it's a journey. It's a journey. I want you guys put in there. It's going to be a journey for you, right? And that's why we say the first 2, 3 years in network marketing, you're gonna not become a millionaire, right? I did not become a millionaire, but I've learned so much. I grow so much from a shy, timid to after 3 years, able to do a lot of one-on-one, able to present. After 3 years, I grow as a person. And these days, just to learn, how to speak, people gonna charge you a lot of money, okay? Those motivational speaker, a class, or some of you go to like what is it, Toastmaster, right? I have never gone to Toastmaster or even go learn and pay how to speak. Thanks to this industry, thanks to no marketing, I take baby step, to become, a speaker, to be able to literally become natural, but I wasn't, right? You guys heard the story and to able to now, I speak 8 years ago in front of 7,000 people in Singapore. Okay. And you think I'm scared? Typically, I would, but somehow that day, I walked out. And I showed there's a secret how to stand in front of thousands of people and not be scared. Well, first of all, I pray, to my Lord. I say, dear Lord, today, whatever the words that you want me to share, it'll be your words, not my words. And when I step out there, the secret, and this is gonna part of your training, that even if you're in front of 10 people or you're in front of one people or you're in front of thousands of people, you just look at one person. As I scan the room, as I walk down that right here, as I walk down, I just literally, I didn't like immediately look at the whole audience. I just try to find one face as if like I have a conversation with that one individual that I locked eye contact. And so because of that focus on each individual, it doesn't immediately, you know, hit you where you're in front of thousands. Okay. And so that's the secret. Okay. That's one secret on speaking in front of the crowd without being fearful, because you're not talking to the crowd. You talk to an audience of one, but there's a one, in the room of thousand. Okay. And so I truly believe this is one skill sets of learning to speak and learning to advance your, speaking ability will allow you to become a leaders, and that's where true freedom come in this business. No, leaders are not born, they are made. And I want each and every one of you, to know that you can become a leaders in this business through baby step. Okay. And then later, I will have Clara share too, because I remember when we start working closely, and I'm like, Clara, have you ever trained? Right? She, no, I'm not training. Yeah, I just tell my story. And then I'm like, okay, I know that to help someone become a great leader, from a rising star, to a superstar, to an emerging giant, to become a winner, and then to become a champion. There's an ever escalation. And so I know that to become a champion, to become a winner, that Clara needs to able to eventually escalate her speaking abilities, and then her skills, and to rise up to be a leader, and then when you become a champion, and then you become a world conqueror, right? And so it's baby step, right? So fight for opportunity to speak. Okay, team. I remember my first network marketing, when my leader, because he's like, your story is unique. He's like, there's no someone, came from on the boat and now have a dream to retire their parent. I believe I was the only story back in 1994 with that story. And so, he want me to tell my story, my 2 minutes to, a few minutes testimony. And I'm like, Okay, I mean, this is like me probably like 6, 7 months in the business, right? And I literally like went and tried to find a place to hide. And so I went into the bathroom, okay, in the store. And I'm like, I hopefully, because right after the presentation, like right before it was ended, I ran in there, okay. And so I'm like, okay, I hope they don't see me in the audience and they're gonna just like, pass me, right? And and then suddenly someone came in and knocked on like, Terry, are you in there? You're almost up. You're almost up. And I'm like, I mean, I can't I can't lie and say like, no, I'm not here, right? And so that's to show you how scared I was, on on presenting. But here, team, if you see this, right, you know, knowing that, today, yes, workflow system 7 on the left, right? And then what you need to do every day to really build your business and build yourself, okay? Growing you. But at the heart, really at the heart of our business, you see this? Why it's in the middle? Is at the heart of our business. Okay, at the heart, you see this one-on-one. You got to do a lot of one-on-one. You got to do one-on-one. And then, there's a business briefing. It's not just attending business briefing. You got to be a part of the business briefing. You got to be part of, doing a lot of one-on-one with your senior partner, with your upline. All right. Okay. And then the business briefing. All right. It's not today, normally is our Tuesday business briefing, right? But because I move on Monday here. And then as we pick up, as we know that we can count on many of you, we're going to do more, BB business breathing on Zoom. Okay. But I have a very good recording BB that you can send. But the reason why we do these live events because we want MC. We want testimonial. It's not just K2 and I do the BB, that we want testimonial, that we want, MC. Yeah, you're going to suck the first time you do MC. You're going to like sweat badly, do your testimony like I did. I ran and hide in the bathroom, right? But we want you to be part of the BB. And that's how you elevate. And then eventually you're going to able to do the BB with us, the business breathing. All right. And then there's, and then at the TU event that, OTG hosts like, back then, thank God that we have TU, right? TU every month that I came in, the first few I sat in the audience, even though I have 14 years experience speaking, but because I was new in New Skin, nobody nominated me to speak until Jeff Mack, our upline, saw me sitting, and I realized that later he was my upline, our upline, and so I came and introduced myself, and then the funny thing is, and then the next event, he's like, Terry, I want you to speak on belief. I'm like, really? And even though I spoke on financial service, but then he nominated me to speak on Believe. And then since then, every month for the last probably 14, 15 years, I've speak Believe or Perseverance or at TU, right? And then, Success Summit, Success, which is now July, you know, business, mastery, many of those events, we always need MC. We always need, and as you rise up to tell, get your success story, we put you on panel, but Clara K2 has been speaking at many of these TU events, right? And that's how you elevate your skills. And then on top of that, we have workshop team. We're not just doing workshop beginning of the month. We're going to start picking back up, not just because not only you need to learn it, but you're gonna get a chance to train. You get a chance to become an MC during our team workshop to understand the system, and then you get to understand, and then you'll be nominated to, speak on different topic, right? The more opportune for you to speak, that's how you advance and elevate your skills. It's not just sitting and learning. No, you get to participate by doing it with us. Okay. And there's no perfect team. I love it when someone come in and coach, they're humble, coachable, and teachable. Humble, coachable, and teachable. The worst thing that I seen is someone coming in and let's say they're successful in traditional business. And then they come in here, they think, hey, I'm always successful traditional. And they're like, they're not coachable, they're not humble. And I see they fail, and then and then they're like, oh, you know what, I'm too good for for Nu Skin and they leave, right? But you know, for me, 16 years, right? The best, and then, people start, inviting you. Like Ben and I supposed to, yesterday and Friday, we're supposed to be guest speaker as the main speaker, that they're covering our hotel and covering partial of our flight to Vietnam to be a guest speaker for OTG, Success Olympic, in Vietnam. But, I have to cancel because of my son graduation but you see that, and then people invite you on their own team Zoom, and then the company invite you, just like Southeast Asia. That's when Nu Skin invite me to be the speaker representing America market to speak at that event. And see, but it started where, team? It started here, one-on-one presentation, and then doing MC for us, doing testimonial for us. Okay. And so I'm gonna dive in, as you can see right there. Okay. One-on-one. How many one-on-one you do? If you want to build your team, the moment you have one person in your team, you can do one-on-one presentation for their prospect, for your team member. K2, he knows. I mean, when he first joined, I mean, I'm like, hey, you just got to do it. Do what? Just do it. We got the flip chart, you know, and I challenge you guys, to download the 5 point presentation. Yes, we always have the 5 point presentation. Literally, sometimes I got busy. I'm like, K2, just do it. Do what? Just do it. I mean, sometimes you can't just wait for your leader to do it. You practice. You practice the one. What is the one-on-one presentation, guys? It's a shorter version of the business briefing. Business briefing is for a whole group, right? But now you do like a short one for one individual, and you do that for your downline, right? And if you don't have a downline, then you practice on your dog, you practice on whoever, right? That's how you get good at, right? And you record it, record. On the first company I've joined, and when I start presenting, the founder always say record it and listen to yourself speaking. And I realize that I say a lot. I catch myself like like and because when you listen to yourself doing a presentation or training, then you catch your mistake, and then you consciously avoid those mistakes the next time you do it. And so I challenge all of you, if you're going to start doing presenting, record yourself and listen. Not only record it, but listen to yourself. You will catch mistake. You would catch that you say, I mean, I literally say that like a lot of time when I first start presenting, right? And so I don't know how you say that in Spanish, Clara, but yeah, if you feel like you repeat that a lot, that's how you listen to yourself, okay? And so right here, this is the heart of this business. How many your business grow? How many one-on-one have you done, for your team? How many group BB you do for your team, right? Or participate, and then how many event that you speak, either as an MC or telling your testimony or sharing your success story or being asked to train on event team. Okay, so those are important. Okay, so these days there's so many ways that you can present, right? Present on Zoom, right? Present on one-on-one, and then group right there. We have an NS intro back then that we send the intro first. And now we have, the short, join the move, join, the wellness revolution, right? We have the short 2 minute video that you can send first. These are all format that you can use to tell your story. Okay, but there's two story that we constantly say in this business. Okay, there are two story that, I mean, I lost track of how many thousand and thousand times that I have done. First is the Nu Skin story, right? And the Nu Skin story always have 5 points. Remember that, okay? 5 points. Okay, so K2 gonna write some question, and he's gonna ask you guys so you can make sure that you pay attention, okay? And Julie, if you can help me, whoever raise their hand to answer. It doesn't matter how many time, okay? If you raise first, let them, answer sponsor, and we're gonna put your name. The more you volunteer, you're gonna have like, your name on a raffle. I'm gonna, yeah, I realized that I just opened a box, okay, because we were doing some, we were doing some rearranging and packing, and I found a whole box of, I mean, to me, it's new because it's in a new box, facial spa, okay? But these are facial spa, not the most current one, okay? This is one or two version down, but it's like $350 when we bought it, okay? And so we're gonna give away three facial spa, okay? Because it's big, I can ship to you, okay? Or you come in July, I give it to you. But three facial, brand new facial spa, not the newest version, okay? So who's gonna win the three facial spa? Okay, so the new skin story, I mean, has 5 points. Okay, 5 points. Okay, and I'm not gonna train you how to do the presentation because you gotta do it first. How you learn is you watch someone do it. You watch your leader do it, and then you watch someone do it, and then you do it, right? You watch somebody, uh, first, you watch someone do it and then you do it. Okay. That's most important is you have to do it. Okay. So new skin story, why there's 5 point. Okay. Why there's not 3 point. Why there's 4 point. Why it's not just 1 point. No, it has to have 5 point. But that's where like a movie, you cannot just go in and watch the beginning. Yeah. Or you're skipping the ending or skipping the beginning, right? And so the new skin story has 5 point. Sometimes, we come in and we just go right into the products, right? And then the product, and then no, they're like, so who behind this company? Why? What makes this product is good? Because who's the company? And then or why this opportunity? Is there money to be made, right? Because if you just show the product and they think like you're selling lotion and potion, Lily, I thought New Skin is a lotion and potion. I didn't see the big money until I saw the leverage, compensation part of the 5 point presentation. And then why now, right? Right now, they say in business, being in the right place, right time has everything to do with your success more than your ability. And so that's why the new skin story have to have the 5 point. You cannot just do 2 point. You cannot do, because to hear the whole new skin story, there's 5 point. And then there's your story, okay? Your story, okay? And so we practice today your story. And then, we're gonna have time. We're gonna, have someone practice, the MC. Okay, I'll give you some bullet points for MC. And then, I challenge, you to, do the MC, right? Okay, but your story, okay, your personal story is so important. Your story, the world is waiting to hear your story. And this is what you need to tell yourself. If people know where I came from, if people know, you have to imagine if someone like me eventually can become successful, then I'm gonna, help so many people. I'm gonna able to inspire so many people. And then, and so know that your story, you're just waiting, for the world to know your story. And so it started with, you telling your story in an effective manner. And there's 5.2, 5 point to your story. Okay, your name, where 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 you're from. Okay, your background and why New Skin. And the best part is, okay, I'm gonna share you my story before success in network marketing, and then my story for New Skin. Okay, so here, hi, my name is Terry, and I'm from San Jose, California. This is before network marketing. Okay, I'm from San Jose, California. Prior to for a better future, my family left our country, of Vietnam. We were the boat people in seek for a better dream. I never see myself being business, so I can, I studied nursing, and the reason why news, Equinox, the first company for me was Equinox. Okay, why I joined Equinox? Why I joined because being a nurse, I would never see myself able to retire my mom and dad because I watched my older brother and sister get their degree and they only make enough money for their own family, not spill over to my mom and dad. And so, you know, uh, this is the opportunity where I could see that I can able to deliver the American dream to my mom and dad, that I am able to retire them, instead of, working, 9 to 5, and may never even see able to achieve my dream. And so I am so excited about my future with with Equinox. And so, for the first time, in my life, I can see 40 years of work condensed into 5 years. And so that's my story when I first came into network marketing. Okay. Now with New Skin. Okay. My story. Hi, my name is Terry. I'm coming from Lehigh, Utah. My previous background was nursing and then network marketing for 14 years prior to New Skin. I fell in love with network marketing because I see this is where ordinary people can achieve extraordinary. And through a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment, I was able to reach, made my first million when I was 27, made a few million in network marketing, achieved my dream, retired my mom and dad. But then through the downturn of 2008, I lost everything and I ended up on my mom and dad living room. But I love network marketing and I pray to find the right company that I can say this is it, because I was 35, broke, have nothing to my name, and a new skin came into my life, and I knew in my heart, this is it. This is the vehicle. Now, this time around, it's no longer about my parents. It's about helping other people. It's about delivering the dream to other people, about letting other people know that dream do come true if you're willing to have dream, desire, discipline, and most important, you don't quit. And since then, New Skin has been the best decision I have made. I'm able to build a global business around the world, have time and financial leverage for my 4 boys, and the future is so bright. We're just really getting started. After 16 years, I truly believe the best is yet to come. Okay, guys, so that's a little bit longer, but that's my story for New Skin now. Okay, so at this point, I want to stop. Okay, for us, any of you, okay, to share your 6 point testimony. Okay, not yet, but follow this guideline right here. Your name, right? Where you're from. Okay, your background right there. I'm a teacher. I'm construction worker. I'm secretary, fireman, corp, whatever, right? Or real estate agent. Your background. Okay, why New Skin? Okay, why New Skin and where you're going, right? What is and what can be the problem and the solution. Okay, right there. And the best part for me so far, so far, the product has transformed my health. So far, I have time for my kid, or, I have financial leverage, to do what I want to do, whatever it is. You can spend, you know, uh, you know, a few minutes on number 4 and number 5, but your name, where you're from, your background, this 3 point could be only less than uh like 20 second. Okay, you can spend like 20 second on 1 2 3, and then the 4 and the 5, okay, that you can spend 2 minutes on here. Okay, and so it's nothing about hi, the reason why my name is Terry is, Terry, and K2 called me and I was cooking dinner, and I was busy, and so I didn't pick up, and then the next day he called me again. None of that. Okay, team. Skip all of that. Okay, skip all of that. All right, go right into the 5 point. Your name, where you're from, your background. Okay, that's 20 second. And then number 4 and number 5, you can spend, about 2 minutes on number 4 and number 5. Okay, and so I'm gonna stop right here, and I want to see, you know,
All right, the
some
first three is
some
gonna get in the Rambo.
testimonial.
Raise your hand. Who's in?
You can
Raise
say
your
it in
hand.
Spanish,
Doesn't
Clara.
matter.
They can say in Spanish.
It's a quick, it's a quick story. Lynn, share us your story. Come
Chivis,
on.
que lo pueden decir en español. Laurita,
Yeah.
pueden dar su testimonio en español. Mercy, Gigi. Yes, I just told them that they can do it in Spanish.
Yes, yes. And Clara can fine tune it.
Baloo, give it a shot, Baloo. You listened to enough presentation. Give us your 30-second story. Your 1 minute.
Okay, raise your hand. So then we can
Yeah, we got
unmute
12
yourself.
people. We got 11 people on the call. First three
I
people
got
is gonna
maybe
get
they
the
got
raffle.
maybe they have to see the facial spa. I gotta go get the facial spa. That's a $300. So I'm gonna raffle three of it. Okay,
I want to
so
win a facial spa. All right. Hi, my name is K2. I'm from Monterey Bay, California. Prior to joining Nu Skin, I was in real estate, and also I was a funeral director. What got me excited about Nu Skin was the technology. Coming from the technology sector right here in the Bay Area, when I saw technology, I knew for the first time there's a technology in skincare and anti-aging that I have never seen, that could never get anywhere else, and that excites me a lot when I saw that it actually worked. So far, Nu Skin have done so much for me, allowed me to walk away from a full-time job. The best part about Nu Skin right now is the fact that I was able to travel to many, many different countries, been back to Vietnam that I've never thought I could have been, built a business on a global level now for someone that have never been able to have a dream, never graduated from college, got a GED, to seeing that my life could only be working at the bottom. Now I'm able to go out there and be a force for good and help people change their lives. What an awesome opportunity. And the best part about it, I get to spend that time with my two wonderful children.
Awesome. You guys see that? Okay. Julie, put him on the raffle. Okay. And then on Thursday, we're gonna raffle. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna nobody volunteer, Claire, just call their name. This is our team. We practice.
Baloo,
Okay.
go for it. Lynn, go for
Lynn.
it. Go for it, Lynn. Go for it. Get that raffle in. Show me your
Okay.
30. Oh, you're looking good.
Let me put right here so they can see it right there.
All right, go
Okay,
for it.
Lynn. Spotlight, adding Lynn. Look,
Unmute yourself.
where's Lynn? Don't get scared that you leave the Zoom.
All right. Now go ahead and unmute yourself, Lynn.
See, sometimes they get so scared. They like me, I
All
went to the
right.
bathroom.
Now I can hear you. All right. Share me your 30-second
Okay,
story. It's
can
simple.
you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm gonna try my best.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Lynn. From Micronesia, reside in Portland, Oregon. Prior to Nu Skin,
Not prayer.
actually, I'm still, uh, I'm still in a healthcare field. I'm a HR and accounting person, but prior to that, I was a CNA. Reason why I choose Nu Skin and stay with Nu Skin, first of all, their product. I see that their product works. But most especially, Nu Skin teach me how to work on myself, or my mindset and self-development. That's the best part, that I'm still sticking around with Nu Skin, because all the positive vibe they have. I think that's it.
Wonderful. Okay. Team,
Good job. Perfect.
team, give it to I want you guys to take a picture of this, okay? So then I won't show this again. And then you guys take a picture on your phone so that you speak you here. I'm gonna help Lynn revise a little bit, okay? So good job, Lynn. Okay, so here, hold on. Hi, my name is Lynn and currently I'm in Washington, right? You're in Washington? Right. Hi, my name is Lynn, and I'm from Washington. Um, my background as a HR manager, also working in the health field as well. The reason why I joined Nu Skin is I see for the first time that I could be, you know, able to achieve my dream, of really living the American dream because of many years working even in corporate America, I couldn't see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how hard I work, I only make enough to pay bills. And through Nu Skin, the best part for me is also, the products to help transform my health, with my community, because that's one big threat for my community. And I also see that, through, you know, discipline and commitment, that I will able to, live the life of my dream, because I would never able to see that, doing and working for someone. Thank you. You see that? Whatever that is, you add that in there, okay? Because it has to be real. Also, why? Sometimes we forget why we join, especially when we saw, the first presentation. I don't know about you guys, but I came home and I couldn't sleep. I start thinking about my dream. I start thinking about the place I'm gonna take my mom and dad. I start thinking about, retiring young. I didn't, because I was sold, that instead of working 40 years, I can condense 40 years into 5 years. And so I was 20 years old, and I'm like, you know what? If I'm slow like a turtle, it take me 10 years, I'd be 30 years old. How many 30 years old can say they retire? And so that's what gave me hope, And so I made my first million when I was 27 years old, right? And so that's where I want to share with you is go back to why you joined the business, okay? And don't you're not saying I'm a millionaire, you're not saying I'm making a lot of money right now, what I just shared, what about Lynn and her story. It didn't say anything about she's making money. It's saying that, this is the first time in my life that I see the light at the end of the tunnel, that I don't have to work 40 years, that whatever that is, okay? And so I want to hear, more, and then I can help, revise. And then, outside, if you guys want to call me, I can help you work on your story as well, okay? Because here, most important is the key to telling your story, be relatable. Because there are people, it's not about it's not about Nu Skin. It's about why they want to know why you join Nu Skin, right? And through your story, maybe it stirred up something in their heart. Maybe they're like, yeah, yeah, at my job, I never see myself that I'm able to live my dream. It's like a dead end, right? And through your story, they can relate. And you gotta be vulnerable. That be vulnerable, right? Um, there's a story of one nail technician in our team that even to this day, I still remember. I heard a lot of testimony in our team, guys, but her story was so vulnerable that I still remember. Her name is Van. Okay, she talk about all the years she does nail, and I vaguely remember her name, her story. Okay, she's one of our team lead. Hi, my name is Tam, and I'm from Florida, Tampa, Florida, and I've been a nail technician for more than 15, 15 years, and I work so hard because I want to take care of my children and give my children everything that I don't have. And one day I came home, and my son asked me, "Mommy, how much do you charge per customer?" Um, and I was surprised why he asked me that question. And and I'm like, why? And he's like, "Mommy, just tell me how much you charge, for an hour doing nail for your customer." And I finally told him, around, $40, if, they do a full set, 40, $50. And he's like, "Well, mom, I'm gonna pay you 40, $50 so you can spend time with me, because you don't spend time with me. I don't even know, sometimes I don't even know, you're my mom. So can I pay you 40, $50 and you can spend that hour with me?" And so she just started crying, and she's like, all that year, because of her kid, that she does what she did, but she worked 10, 14, 16 hours, slaving away to build a future where her her son don't even know who she was. And she start crying and she's like, and then, my husband told me, you can't do new skin, those things don't work. And he threatened her with divorce and she's like, but the story of her son, telling her that I need you, mom. And so because of that, she's like, I'm gonna do new skin. And when she's tell her story, she was a blue diamond. Okay. And but she tell her story even before she was Blue Diamond that she want to do new skin so she can have time for her son. Okay, guys. So see, you gotta be vulnerable. And when she shared that story, she made everybody cry. Okay, I heard her story before she was a Blue Diamond. I heard her story when she was a Blue Diamond. I heard her story again when she was a team lead. Okay, so remember, facts tell, story sells. Okay, facts tell, story sell. You don't need to go through facts. Oh, I joined Nu Skin because of age lock, genetic products, and no, facts tell, story sells, and people buy into you before they buy into Nu Skin. Remember that, okay? So I'm gonna stop right here. Take it away, Kate. Let's get people. Let's get people.
Hey,
Clara,
one more. Come on,
Clara,
Clara,
Clara.
go for it.
We want
Okay.
everybody on Zoom to do it.
Everybody's gonna do it. Mercy is
Everybody
gonna
get
do it
chance.
as well. Everybody.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So, okay, my name is Clara Breihoff. I'm from Mexico and I'm an accountant. That's my degree. And I started doing Nu Skin because I was working 10 hours in a company, in a retail company. I was the manager of the company and I was I was happy and I was fine working all those hours, more than 40 hours per week at the beginning. But then I have my twins, boys, Nathan and Noah, and my dream always was to be a present mom. And when I have them and I couldn't be with them, I was like a broken heart. And I really, every time that I come home from work, I was so tired that I couldn't even take my voice because I was so tired. I couldn't handle no energy, and that really makes me really sad. And when I found this opportunity and I hear that I can spend the time with the people that I love, I said, I don't know what is this. I don't know. I never knew about network marketing. Nobody told me before, but I just knew that I wanted to be with Nathan and Noah and have time, quality time with them. And the best part is that I've been able to travel with Nathan all around the world thanks to Nu Skin. And I've been helping my community, my Spanish community, to do the same.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. All right. I'm pretty sure that story is the same as Spanish, right? Okay. Awesome, team. You see that? How can you get able to rise up and do testimony if you right now we are your family? Okay, so
All right, next up.
me
Who's
too.
next up?
You
Come
just
on. Let's keep this going.
Lynn,
Balua.
all right.
Balua. Let's get your name on the raffle. Go for it. Unmute yourself and let's rip it. Let me hear your story.
Mercy is ready to tell
All
you
right,
the
let's
story.
do Mercy.
Mercy.
I see
Mercy.
that
Mercy,
name.
go.
Mercy. Hola.
Woo!
All right, you're after Mercy. Balua. Mercy, go for it. Hello.
Hello, Mercy.
Our new brand representative, Terry.
Congratulations, Mercy. Awesome.
¿Sí me pueden escuchar?
Yes, we can hear you.
¿Me escuchan?
Yes.
Ok. Y sí me ven, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ok. Lo voy a decir en español, ¿está bien?
She's gonna say it in Spanish.
Hola.
Hola.
Sí.
Hola. Mi nombre es Mercy Penado.
Can you translate, Clara? Like,
Yes,
is
my
she-
name is Mercy Penado.
Soy salvadoreña de nacimiento,
I'm from El Salvador,
pero vivo en Estados Unidos, soy ciudadana americana.
but I'm a citizenship in United States.
Vivo en California
I live in California.
y soy licenciada en mercadeo.
I'm a marketing
degree.
degree.
¿Por qué Nu Skin? Porque llegué
Why
con
Nu
un gran
Skin?
problema en mi piel
Because I have a big problem with my skin.
y conocí Nu Skin gracias a Dios y agradezco al cielo por haberme presentado esta oportunidad.
And thanks God, I get to know Nu Skin and this opportunity.
Y pues llegué de casualidad y me quedé y he visto el plan de compensación como lo mejor que me está pasando en la vida.
I, I love the opportunity and I love more the compensation plan is the best thing that it happened to my life.
So, ahora quiero ayudarle a la gente y no solamente que sean producto del producto, sino de que también obtengan lo mejor que podemos tener.
And now I want to help my Latin community to change their life with this business opportunity.
Y pues estoy aquí, ya soy representante de marca y pues para adelante, todo lo que sea.
And now I am a brand representative, and now I'm going forward.
Agradeciendo también a
Awesome.
Clarita, a Gigi y a Elisa por hacerme pertenecer a su grupo.
She's very grateful with Elisa, Gigi, Terry, and everybody here.
Gracias.
Yay.
Hey, next time we do our English BB, we're gonna have one Spanish. Okay, we're gonna have and then translation. But
Mercy, que vamos a
okay,
tener uno en español.
okay, but you guys have to give okay because you're on here. You have special treat. Okay, Julie will help you put a your picture and some picture of you on your job, like a picture worth 1,000 words. So you gotta have a picture of you at your job looking worn out, and then new skin, maybe a picture you're in front of new skin, or if new skin make you look better or healthy, whatever it is, or put some picture of you, your family, your job, and then some picture of new skin, and so send it to Julie. She's gonna put together, right, a cover page for you. Okay, and then a second page with your story, all the picture. Okay, so then every time you get up and talk, Julie, we will put it up. Okay, so all of you moving forward will be part of our presentation. Okay, even as an MC. Okay, all right. Thank you, Mercy. Okay, we're gonna pick you. Okay, Sylvia.
Silvia, Chivis. Chivis is a brand representative, and now she's running Terry. She's running Chivis.
Awesome. Sylvia, same thing. You can say as English or Spanish and then translation. Are you
Chivis,
ready, Sylvia? Oh,
Chivis, que te quieren felicitar y que si lo quieres hacer en español, tu historia de 2 minutos. Chivis. Yo te puedo traducir. I can translate for you.
yes.
Aceptar. Ok, ¿qué es la pregunta, Clarita? Sorry.
Tu nombre, de dónde eres, por qué New Skin y no, tu nombre, de dónde eres, tu carrera, a qué te dedicabas antes de New Skin, y qué es lo mejor que has tenido con New Skin.
Ok. Bueno,
It's just
buenas tardes. Yo soy Silvia y
Good afternoon, I'm Silvia. Ajá.
soy representante de marca.
I'm a brand representative in the company.
Estoy muy orgullosa de serlo.
I'm very proud to reach that first step, the reach milestone.
Y me he dedicado a ser coach holística con remedios naturales,
I'm a holistic coach with natural remedies,
ayudando a personas adultas mayores con alimentación, suplementación y ejercicio y 8 remedios naturales.
helping adults to live a better life with quality life with healthy food and healthy supplements.
Y ahora, buscando siempre algo mejor, pude encontrar New Skin.
And and looking for something better for the adult people that I take care of, I found New Skin.
Y pude comprobar que es la número 1 en el
And
mercado y no hay competencia.
I was able to prove that New Skin is number 1 and is nothing on the market alike.
Y estoy feliz de usar todos los suplementos que pueda necesitar cada adulto mayor o cada persona en la área que necesita salud y bienestar.
Okay. And she is ready to help all the adult people, the people and everybody else, to help them to find a better, to recommend the supplements and to have a wellness place in her house.
Mi sueño era tener una farmacia natural.
My dream was to have a natural pharmacy with natural products.
Ya lo tengo.
I have it now.
Tengo un spa.
I have a spa in my house.
Vienen en la casa, se hacen un facial y se quedan con todo lo que necesitan para su salud y suplementos y tecnología.
They come to my house, they do a facial, and also they get all their products. She scan everybody, and they get supplements as well.
Y ya soy producto del producto y ya tengo a New Skin en mi corazón y ya no sale de allí.
And she's a product of the product, and now she has New Skin in her heart, and nobody take her from there.
Gracias, Clarita. Gracias, Terry, por tenerme la paciencia y por ayudarme a llegar hasta aquí. Y también le doy gracias a Dios por la ayuda que me ha dado.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Terry, for you guys trust on me and be so patient with me and help me to reach my first goal.
Okay. Thank you, Sylvia. Hola. Okay. I'm gonna.
Gracias. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you to help.
Okay. I appreciate you. And here. So I want to clarify. You have some. You helping senior, right? She helping some senior with their health, or
yes, with their health.
She's in the health.
Yes. She's in the healthcare.
Healthcare, right? Okay. So this could be, hi, my name is Sylvia. I am from Orange County, California. My background is I'm in healthcare.
Oh.
My passion has always been helping people, but through New Skin, I see that we can really help people live longer with quality of life. And somewhere you have add in why that's important for you to help people. Like because someone health in your family that you see that their life cut short or something, it has to be emotional connecting, because I like to help people, but that sounds generic. It's not connecting here. It's more like here. Like to help people here, but it's why. So I want you to think about why you want to help people. Because I lost someone close to me to help, or whatever it is. You have to find out a story that connect from the heart. Why you want to help people with their health. And then, so the best, so for me, you have to add in that story, and then you say, so with New Skin, we can really help people, so no one have to go through what I went through, witnessing, someone deteriorating. So there has to be a reason why you do what you do, but you're speaking from the head, not from the heart. So I can work with you on your story, not today. Okay?
Chivis,
So,
que Terry te va a ayudar con tu historia. No ahorita, pero te va a ayudar. Y ponle si
Oh,
quieres en mute porque ahí se escucha ruidito de tu lado.
ok,
well,
Gracias.
I
ok,
will
ok.
work with,
Sorry.
I will work with Siri. Okay. No,
Va,
no worry. Hey, we
va a
practice,
ayudar
but where
contigo, te va a
I,
ayudar Chivis.
Oh, gracias,
yeah, I
sí.
want,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So you guys,
Thank you.
no problem. So you get to like allow, tell your story, not only, yeah, like during home meeting or you even like before I sit down with someone to show them the beauty product, I have to let them know why I do new skin. Remember your story, right? And so that's important. It has to be connecting from here too. Relatable, remember, and vulnerable. You gotta be relatable. You gotta be vulnerable. Okay, so then that's where it's called the language from the heart. Okay. The first 3 point, my name, Orange County, my background, that's like just information. Um, okay, so Gigi, we got
Mhm.
Gigi.
Gigi,
Thank you.
Gigi. Aquí estamos, Gigi. She doesn't need translation, Gigi.
Gigi, can you share your story?
¿Puedes
Can you
compartir
unmute
tu
yourself?
historia, por favor,
Can they?
Gigi?
But then that's where you gotta and learn have to say where you can condense it in instead of eventually you go circle. In the story, you don't have to say thank you, my Clara Terry. No, it's not part of the the story.
Que
It's not part of
cuando
telling.
estás terminando tu historia, no vayamos en círculo y no tenemos que decir gracias, Terry, gracias, Clara. No, nada de eso.
Because
Solamente
I
tu
know that
historia.
you're on the Zoom, because you're on the group Zoom, you want to say thank you, but you want to practice where when you're in front of someone, you don't have to say thank you. You just go right into your 5 point.
Terry, Gigi says that
You can't do it?
she's sorry, but I don't know what I'm sorry, she
No
said.
problem, no problem, no problem. But since you're on the
No,
Zoom
no hay ningún
today,
problema, Gigi.
yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna have we're gonna we're gonna work with all of you. I'm gonna call you and we're gonna help you fine tune your story because you're gonna be on, even MC doing telling your story before you bring up the speaker, home BB, or even before you demo someone, you gotta tell them your story. You gotta establish why new skin for you. Okay. And so all of you literally will be on the will be on the raffle. So for three, okay, we did the workshop. Okay. So, I mean, a three-way call. Before you introduce your upline, you tell your story, your prospect, why you do new skin, right? And, that's the best way to tell your story is doing a lot of three-way with your prospect. You know, like for example, and the only way, if you want to do it, myself and Clara and K2, we will do a three-way with you, and we will help, correct certain part for you to learn. Because practice will make perfect, right? Practice make perfect. But if you practice the wrong thing, then it became permanent. Okay. And so we want to make sure that we practice the right thing. Okay. Um, okay, so a lot of three-way. Right now, three-way or, three-way is a good way for you to practice to tell your story and then before you bring up your edify your outline. Okay. And so these leaders, I do a lot of three-way, three-way. I mean, she's in Texas, she's in another Texas, her client now, I do a lot of three-way guys, for a lot of leaders. In the early days, even now, I don't get lazy of doing three-way. You guys do a lot of three-way with Clara, okay? Don't try to do it yourself. Do a lot of three-way with Clara, and that's how you learn how to repeat your story. And then the more you're able to talk, the more you become more comfortable on doing, from small step. You're doing telling your story, and then you're doing MC, and then you're doing BB, and then you speak on as panel. You see that? I do a lot of here. I do one for Clara. When we first start working, I did a lot of with Clara, just from a three-way, and they end up going to event, right? Three-way, and then I did BB, right? And then a lot of three-way, right? Three-way, 2-on-1 meeting, three-way call. It helps you will learn training, training, but and then because you do three-way, the people that join you through a three-way, guess what? Duplicate. They're going to end up doing three-way. They're going to end up doing one-on-one with your upline, right? And then it's going to help you with your story. You're going to perfect your story, right? And then not only that, through the one-on-one meeting, three-way call, you're gonna, your guest will ask questions and your leader will answer. You will learn. You will learn the business, right? I mean, I don't build this big team. 99.9 of these people, I don't know, right? But through baby step, through learning, through event, through learning from, top leaders that, for me to this day, I'm still coachable, teachable, and humble. Every event I go in, I never think that I'm smart than anybody or I learn it all, right? I think I still have that attitude. And so success is like baby step. You move up, right? You will move up if you continue going. If you continue going, the only way you don't move up is you stop and you quit. Okay. And so, I just want to let you know these leaders that I work with, I mean, they literally like this, even myself, even K2, right? And her, when I met her, look at her. I went to Toronto. Her spot, my front line, I sponsor him in Seattle, and he's like, Terry, this girl, she's in Toronto. You need to come and see her. And that's when I first had my son Solomon the first year. So I'm like, I literally I didn't want to travel, but he's like, no, Terry, she is so she has a heart. She want to win. She just want so bad to leave her job. That's all she want. When she have a second son and she have to go job, working on a job, she cry every day, leaving her baby, her second baby home. And so she's like, I just want to, I just want to make a few thousand because she has no degree. She work assembly or she works as a waitress bringing pho noodle to people. No degree. So, but then she has a heart of a champion. She want to win. And so her sponsor, which is my front line, in Seattle, said, you need to go meet, you need to go meet her. And I'm like, I really don't want to travel. And then finally we take a trip to New York when Solomon, my son was 7 months old. And we take a trip to New York and then her sponsor he called me. He's like, well, you're in New York. You only drive a few hours. You get over to Toronto. And so why don't you go see her? And I'm like, okay. So I went see her. I tell you, this is what she looks like, and she barely talks. She talks. She tell her story. She cry. She cry. And I can't even, people can't even make out her name because she cried before she even start telling her story. Okay. But guess what, team? You see this picture right here? She became, a diamond. Okay. And, after a year, she ended up, quitting her job. And since then, she's been a full-time mom, with her kid. This is her team. This is 90% is her team in Vietnam through a social media call, right? A social media, a toothpaste. All right. She met this girl where right here, Yao To. Let me see. Yao To. And and it's so funny that her team is like her. You're very Yao To right here. This girl. No, where is it? Well, yeah, all of it. She her Hong Ho right here. She's in Canada. Yao To right here. She met her through a social selling post, Clara. Social selling post. Okay, whitening toothpaste. This girl all the way from a little village in Vietnam. This is not like the big city. This is like if I fly into the city, I have to go like 4 hour drive to Minh Thai. And so she met this girl, and this girl, so ask Hong, uh, do Nu Skin have something else besides whitening toothpaste? This is like 7 years ago, okay? And Hong's like, and Hong loved the Forminex product. That's she's not a salesperson, but people can feel her heart and they just buy from her because of her genuine. And so the funny thing is, when she shared with her Forminex product, and she confessed to her that I have cancer, breast cancer at 20 something years old. Her hair would fall off. Her hair would fall off and she would end up shaving her hair bald because of her cancer. But then she started taking Pharmanex product and her hair grow out. And then since then, we don't make no medical claim, but she's cancer free. And because of that, but through a whitening toothpaste. So all these people are in under Yao To, okay? Because during that time, Dan and I go back to Vietnam and we meet with Yao To. We, you know, she would drive 7 hours to workshop to the city. You know, she would go to Success Olympic. You know, these people they're in a region where they're very poor, but they have heart and they like to help people. And so this group right here, this is all under Hong, the whole team. You guys see that? Very good people. And then Dina, another person that when I met, look at Dina, Clara. When I met her in, Dina, look at her. She looks so old, right? But but she's like, Terry, you're from Da Nang, where I was born. She was born in Da Nang. And so you guys see Dina, look at her, like 16 years later, right? These people barely can talk. I'm telling you story of people who can barely talk, you know? And then now how Nu Skin can not only transform their look, right? But she's a team elite $1 Million Circle, guys. Okay. And so anything is possible. I'm gonna pass it back to Kay to wrap up. But we appreciate you guys. I'd love to do more of this, and then getting the team to participate, participate, doing during our BB. Clara, I need your help. Okay, you select. I'm gonna do a whole schedule. Every BB Tuesday, we need one Spanish, testimony. Maybe this week, Gigi. Next week, Mercy. Next week, Sylvia. Okay, and then you guys send your story. Send it to Clara. Clara, send it to Julie. Same thing as Lynn. I know Lynn get off already. The only way you grow is where the more you become, the more you attract in this business. I don't want you guys just to come and attend the meeting. Okay. All right. So I pass it back to you, K2, to wrap up.
All right.
So much later.
Once again, thank you so much, Terry, too, for all that incredible, wonderful share as you guys learned today. This is just the beginning of your future and journey into being that leader, being that presenter, being that MC, taking those milestone moments to get you to being ready to be up on that stage of the word and building your business and letting the word watch you and everything that you guys get to share. So we're excited. We're going to get everybody's name.
Lynn too. Lynn, send in your story, Lynn.
Yeah,
yes.
And then last but not least, we'll eventually create a new group for all MC and presenter, and eventually these little milestones you guys take will put you on that top stage right there for the world to see. If that's within your vision, if that's within your dream and your goal to accomplish, this is the first milestone. So congratulate everybody for doing that, for sticking it out, for learning something good. Hope you guys practice. Once again, Terry said, practice make perfect. Keep on practicing, And last but not least, register for July event. It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. Who knows? From now until July, you might be a panel on one of these things if you do good enough. So guys, go out there and let's rock it. Let's get ready for the end of the year. Wrap up your month strong and let's go out there and shoot for the stars, guys. God bless. Have a wonderful night.
All right. Thank you, K2.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, T.